Hey guys, this is Zlewikk and welcome back to our series of videos about data talks. So, in fact, EU5 dev diaries. This is a very important dev diary because today Johan is gonna talk about your feedback and how it impacted previous dev diaries, and especially the dev diary from a few weeks back about great powers and hegemonies. First of all, they moved away from giving specific mechanics, especially diplomatic actions, from the government rank. Like, for example, intervening in a war or threatening a war right now is only a feature for great powers, not kingdoms and empires. Instead, these country ranks will be more focused on flavor and internal mechanics. So, for example, a kingdom as a tier 3 country rank is going to give us more artists, diplomatic range, diplomatic capacity, maximum diplomats, great power score, getting alliances, guaranteeing nations, supporting rebels, and having 3 possible rivals. And a new icon which I like, but this background, please! It has to be changed. Well, great powers. And they figured out that being a great power should come with some cost. So first of all, you're gonna spend some more money to keep your legitimacy, and at the same time, each great power have a negative opinion of each other at -25. Then the bonuses you get from being a great power, they're gonna scale the position you are in the great powers list. So for example, number 1 gives you 10 power projection, number 5 gives you 2. Same for monthly prestige. The cost of court is gonna be higher the higher great power you are, and these are the same. Then that's, again, that icon, I love it, the background, Interesting change that is completely different to EU4 is that the quantity of great powers now more fluid and will depend very much on how many countries are close to the number 1 power in the world. So if there's so many nations that are close in the power between 2 and, I don't know, 12, let's say, there will be 12 great powers. But they're also saying that there's a minimal amount of great powers and a maximum amount of great powers, so not to make it silly. Hegemonies are also completely reworked, and what's nice, they're also much different to EU4, and they fix a lot of issues with the hegemonies in EU4. So first of all, the change compared to previous dev diary in EU5, you unlock hegemonies not through an advance, but just by unlocking Age of Discovery. Then, you don't proclaim a hegemony. You become a hegemon automatically by being the strongest in a specific area. If there's a hegemon already, that was an issue with EU4, right? It was really hard to overthrow a current hegemon. They needed to white peace or lose the current war. Now you can overthrow a nation as a hegemon if you are 20% more powerful than them. So if France is military hegemon with 200k troops, you need to get 240k troops to overthrow them. Hegemony is also not for free. Besides a negative opinion of everyone in the world about you, -20, so it's not as harsh as in EU4, which was, I think, 100. You're also gonna pay more for your court. Your prestige gain will increase, which is nice, but also you're gonna get 20% more AE when expanding. They also remove the system of hegemons becoming more powerful the longer you hold them, something that we had in EU4, and remove the most stacking modifiers, and having them merely gives 1 bonus each. However, instead each hegemony gives you 2 unlocks. 1 unique cabinet action each, and a unique diplomatic action that each can be used while you hold that hegemony. And what's important, you can hold multiple hegemonies at once. So, economic hegemon, as an example, gives you -10 unit food consumption. You can force divert trade, and you have a reduced paperwork. You also always see actual list of great powers by income from trade and tax, just like here. So, be knowing if any nation is coming close to you to overthrow you as a hegemon. They also added 2 new hegemonies. Let's see all of them. Economic hegemon is a great power that has the highest income from trade and taxes. It's important, you have to be a great power to become a hegemon. Then you need to use less food, so which can be more useful over the campaign. They can divert trade, as you've seen. There's more details about it, but I'm gonna skip it in case you want to read it. There's a dev diary link in the description of the video. The cabinet action this hegemon gets is reduced paperwork, which increases the production efficiency in the entire area. So what is an area? An area is a group of provinces and a province is a group of locations. Production efficiency is a powerful modifier which directly impacts the output of a building without increasing its input requirements. Naval hegemon is a great power that has the most heavy ships of all great powers. So there's no like a minimum like we had in EU for like 250 ships, I believe. They take 10 less naval damage They unlock a diplomatic action force embargoes, and they have a cabinet action naval focus, which increases the maritime growth and harbor suitability of all ports in an area. Military hegemon is a great power, the biggest army of all great powers. Their bonus is 10% cheaper war score cost. Nice. They also have the violate sovereignty diplomatic action. This is probably the most requested feature ever by any warmongering player and allows you to enforce a military and food access on a non-great power country for 6 months. Then they get also a cabinet action that is soldiers as workforce, which gives you faster construction speed in an area. This impacts roads, buildings and RGOs, so it can be useful to get more barracks, forts and iron mines quickly for the war machine. A cultural hegemon is one of the new ones and is granted to the great power with the highest cultural influence. Their bonus is 25% growth to cultural tradition growth, which is nice because it balances both types of the culture growth that you're getting. Their diplomatic action is force change card language. That's interesting. And cabinet action is to assimilate area, which allows you to assimilate pops in an entire area at once, which is a few times more powerful than promote culture cabinet action, which can be only targeted at a province at a time. A diplomatic hegemon is another new one, and this is granted to a great power of the highest diplomatic reputation. Their bonus is 30% higher impact from improving relations, really nice. They can use diplomatic action influence country, which increases trust and opinion in a target non-great power country, and then their cabinet action is diplomatic corps, which allows this hegemon to dramatically increase their diplomatic capacity while also gaining more diplomats each month. This is really strong. News creation of the great power screen. Again, I don't like the background, but this UI is becoming nice and nicer. There's Yuan Dynasty, Sultanate of Delhi, Ashikaga Shogunate, Mamluk Sultanate of Egypt, Kingdom of France. Next week we're gonna talk about guarantee forms, how they work, and take a look at what types you have there. But before that, let's see if there's any feedback in the first 20 minutes since they published that dev diary. How the hell did Ashikaga Shogunate go up in the rank? Not complaining though, great work. Balance changes dramatically every day and they keep improving and changing the game to get the best result. I think that's a good response to people complaining that Paradox does not test their game before release. Guys, this game is developed for over 4 years already. They keep testing it every day, and hopefully I'm gonna be able to test it sooner than later. Glad to see that the ranks and hegemons have improved though. Thank you, or more like, thanks to the community for good suggestions. So there aren't any local great powers, only global ones. Yes, only global ones. We run into lots of problems with it not being possible to determine what is the local look at. Okay guys, I think that's gonna be all for today. Very insightful dev diary. And I just hope that they're gonna continue this course of following constructive and good feedback from the community to improve things in the game that they already created. They discuss internally, they thought it's good, but then a lot of more ables are making it hopefully more successful. So follow the haters, which I expect on this video as well, as we have below every video, thinking that this is gonna be another blatant game needing 10 DLCs to work. I'm more and more convinced with every week that that's gonna be a good game at release, but obviously leave me your feedback in the comments. Bye!